Okay, welcome back to the Spiritual Recalibration Series. Thank you for embarking on this series and opening yourself to a new way of being. My name is David, and this is Session 20, Your Power Source. Find a comfortable seat in a space where you can allow yourself 20 minutes or so undistracted to focus just on you. A quick reminder, to get the most out of this series, please be sure you've listened to the welcome session, Session 0. Here we go. And so the thing that came up for me to offer you this time is about power, about empowerment. Um, so let's see. The example that I'll give. You remember maybe a few sessions ago, I mentioned that I had worked with a naturopathic doctor to heal some stuff that was happening with my digestion, my swallowing, and things like that. So not that long ago, it was the question of the COVID vaccine came up, and when that came up, when it started to become something that was available, I had been kind of, for the longest time, we didn't have to think about it because it wasn't available. And I think it was individual to a person along the spectrum of how you felt about the vaccine. You really wanted to get it. You weren't sure if you wanted to get it. You were certain you didn't want to get it. You're still not going to, that whole question of the vaccine. And certainly don't want to talk about the vaccine, but what I do want to talk about is I want to offer you that I was in the hesitant category. I wasn't so sure for various reasons that I'll spare you. But what I found myself, so I was really kind of flip-flopping, going back and forth and thinking about it. When it came time where it was going to be available, I started anticipating and thinking. And so I ended up making an appointment with my naturopathic doctor because I just kind of wanted to get his take. I wanted to, hear what he was doing and what he thought about it, what he thought about the science. I was, I guess, looking for his reassurance, because I think the reality was I had already decided I was going to get it. And what that was an example of was really what I came to realize is that I was, in a way, giving away my power to my naturopathic doctor. I was looking outside of myself for the solution or for the answer, when really I already knew. But what was happening is I was just paying attention to a whole lot of mental noise. It's a nice term to think about, mental noise. So it's like you have a choice that you've made. You know that something is true. And then we pay attention to kind of our internal conversation about all the pros and cons and, and fears and such, fears and thoughts and assessments and judgments, et cetera, when really the choice was already made. So, so I'll give you another example. I was actually speaking about this with my sister, who, as you might remember, was my first meditation teacher. And I was speaking with her about something and I was telling her about this. And I said, I do the same thing with you. Sometimes I already know something and then I'll kind of run it by her because she's so wise. And now this is not about going it alone. This is not about not seeking help. This is not about not accepting help. It's not about being right or opinionated or, doing it all yourself. That's not really what I'm trying to get at here. It's about trusting yourself, trusting what you know, trusting what's inside, and not outsourcing your power. So we're going to do in just a minute here a little affirmation practice about your power. Before I do that, I wrote down a quote because it's funny. I was actually looking for something else. I don't know if I've mentioned to you before or if you've heard of yourself, Michael Bernard Beckwith. But I was looking for. I was doing an email exchange with a friend, and I was looking for something that I had remembered reading from Michael Beckwith. And instead, I ended up finding this quote, and it was really just kind of solidified that this is what I wanted to speak with you about briefly this morning. And so here's the quote by Michael Bernard Beckwith. Stop looking outside for help. You are sourced and fueled by a renewable resource, which is within you. It never runs out. It is your essence. It is your life. I'll read that for you just one more time. Stop looking outside for help. You are sourced and fueled by a renewable resource, which is within you. It never runs out. It is your essence. It is your life. So the term being self-led comes up. And so, yeah. So I think just to kind of get at this a little bit, and affirmations can do wonderful things, many things. They can certainly help with that mental noise I mentioned. It's kind of that flip-flopping back and forth and going around. And certainly an affirmation gives us a chance to say something that's true, right? So this affirmation is going to run. I am the source of my empowerment, guided from within and aligned with my highest good. I lead myself through life. So let's get ready to do that a little bit. We'll say it together just a few times. And with an affirmation practice, you as soon as you start to memorize it, you can say it out loud to yourself. And you're certainly welcome to just follow along in your mind as well. But that's the practice. You say it out loud a few times, and then you say it in your mind a few times. So if you're sitting in a chair, get your feet firmly on the ground and sit with a nice upright spine. So you're going to draw your shoulder blades together gently, no pinching. You can place your your hands palms up or palms down on your thighs. If you're in a chair, at the juncture of thighs and abdomen, or a little bit further forward if that's more comfortable for you. Find a comfortable place to rest your hands. Tuck your chin slightly. Again, sitting nice and upright. Close your eyelids gently, if that's comfortable for you. If not, just find a spot across the way to look at gently. An object or a picture, something like that. And behind your gently closed eyelids, let your eyes be soft. And see about tuning in to the words of this affirmation about the source of your power. I am the source of my empowerment, guided from within and aligned with my highest good. I lead myself through this life. I lead myself through this life. I am the source of my empowerment, guided from within and aligned with my highest good. I lead myself through life. I lead myself through life. I am the source of my empowerment. Guided from within and aligned with my highest good, I lead myself through life. I lead myself through life. I am the source of my empowerment. Guided from within and aligned with my highest good, I lead myself through life. I lead myself through life. Tuning in to the feeling behind these words. I am the source of my empowerment. Guided from within and aligned with my highest good, I lead myself through life. I lead myself through life. Now, if you're saying it out loud, just in a whisper, sending this affirmation deep into the subconscious. I am the source of my empowerment. Guided from within and aligned with my highest good, I lead myself through life. I lead myself through life. And now, just in your mind, concentrating, focusing, I am the source of my empowerment. Guided from within and aligned with my highest good, I lead myself through life. I lead myself through life. And just one more time. I am the source of my empowerment. Guided from within and aligned with my highest good, I lead myself through life. I lead myself through life. Good. Allow the feeling behind the words and the words to stay for just a moment. Tuning into that trust in yourself, that trust in your knowing. And now letting the affirmation go. And for just a few moments, concentrating on the breath. See if you can locate the feeling of your breath, the feeling of the air passing through your nostrils. Cool on the inhale, warm on the exhale. If the mind begins to wander a bit, which it most often does, try the strategy of becoming curious about your breath. What is the quality of it? What is the texture of it? Notice your thinking and come back to your breath. Good. Notice your thinking And come back to your breath. Good. Just a few more moments now, allowing the quiet. Good. And now take an intentional inhale through your nose and then a triple exhale through your mouth. Let all the breath out and let the breath stay out for as long as it wants to. When the breath wants to return, allow it to do so. And let your breath go. You don't have to watch it anymore. Behind your closed eyelids, gently draw your gaze upward toward the point between your eyebrows. No straining, just a gentle, subtle upward gaze. Allow yourself to spend a few moments here in this space that you have created for yourself. Allow yourself to simply be. Thank you. Now, take a normal inhale and exhale. Prepare to come back to the space, the room where you are. When you're ready, you can open your eyes or keep them closed for as long as you like.